Oh, man. Boy, LDBC. Boy, we got a debacle, no. Boy, we got a debacle on our hands right now with this Errol, Spence, and Bud Crawford. But, guys, I think y'all need to calm down, okay? Calm down because your boy Coach here is going to make sense out of all of this for y'all. Okay? Everybody, getting all up in the wall. Bud finna fight Evanesian. But before I start on this, look at this picture of Bud. Don't Bud look like he finna go star in Shaft? Shaft. Dun-dun. Like, damn. Shaft looking ass dude. But seriously though, okay? Everybody, they got their panties in a wad right now. They do. Bud is about to fight David Evanesian. Look, folks, listen. When I tell you that the fight is still on the table, okay? That they're still negotiating this fight, I know people not going to believe it, okay? Because Bud is going to fight the guy December the 10th, okay? And it appears, from what Errol Spence is saying and from what, Coppinger and all these other people that's supposed to be gurus on this fight and the process of the fight, it appears that, it's Bud Crawford. But I kind of want to break down what Bud actually said, okay? Bud Crawford, said he needed a tune-up fight. He would always say that. Now, this statement alone kind of got Bud looking pretty bad. The reason why it's got him looking bad is because he's been saying, he gonna whoop Errol Spence's ass. He gonna whoop his ass. And then you say you need a tune-up. Well, I mean, I don't understand that logic. Okay? You need a tune-up. And then Bud said, well, we took the tune-up, and this is what he said, because, Al Haymon and Errol Spence, they didn't want to fight until 2023. But I'm looking at this, okay, because, again, you or I were not in these negotiating rooms. I'm just looking at what I see. And what I see, what he said needs a tune-up fight. But then he turns around and says, hey, well, Al Haymon and Errol Spence said that the fight wasn't going to happen until 2023 anyway. Errol, he got pissed off. He said, hey, man, I could have took this fight in November. I could have made me some bread in November if I knew that we're going to hold the fight up. So I don't understand. There's some contradictory going on. And, folks, I want y'all to hear the contradictions that I'm telling you. Okay, first, Bud said, hey, okay, Al Haymon and Spence, they didn't want the fight till 2023. Errol Spence was under the impression that the fight was going to happen November, December time frame. So, I mean, evidently, somebody lying. Somebody's telling a bold-faced lie. Okay, because if Errol Spence upset that he didn't get a fight in November, okay, he didn't get this fight in November, he's upset. Hey, man, I can't keep making this weight, man. It's hard as hell to keep making the weight. Somebody lying, guys. There's a complete contradiction going on. But let's forget about the contradiction. I bring that up because, okay, one person saying one thing and one person saying another thing. Okay? I bring it up because of that. But here's the thing, okay? They're still negotiating. Bud Crawford needs a tune-up fight. I'm trying to understand for the life of me, how does he need a tune-up fight? And this is just me looking at this from the outside looking in, okay? How does he need a tune-up fight? I mean, this is the biggest fight to make in boxing. Why wouldn't you want this fight next? And we can't say that the fight being rushed because these guys been in training for each other for a minute. Okay? These guys been in training for each other for a minute. I mean, Errol Spence has pretty much kept himself in tip-top shape because he knows that this fight is coming. It's on the horizon. Okay? From this point of view, Bud Crawford, it don't look too good, okay? It don't look too good for Bud Crawford. It just don't. Okay, it don't. And who's to say, man, that, he beats Evanesian. Now, okay, on paper, he beats him, okay? We know this. On paper, he beats Evanesian, but who's to say? So now we're putting tens of millions of dollars and all this other stuff that these fighters, they work for. You putting that on the line. Because remember, Bud was wanting, everything to be correct, on the contract. He was wanting everything to be correct. Well, you put that in jeopardy. You see, as a boxer, no fight is guaranteed that you win. No fight is guaranteed that you win. Okay? You put all that on the line for what? Okay? There's something going wrong. And from this point of view, it appears that Spence and his team appear to want to go forward and proceed with whatever proceedings they got going on behind the scene. Okay? And it just seems like that there's something missing from the contract. Okay? Now, I totally 100% I would agree with Bud Crawford if there's some concessions in the contract that just don't make sense. And I've always been taught, don't ever sign a contract of this magnitude without everything being perfect. So what else is Bud Crawford looking for? Okay, what else? I mean, is the compensation correct? Okay, I mean, what? Like, what else could he be looking for? Folks, you or I don't know. You don't know. You don't know what's going on with the contract situation with this fight. But from the outside, just looking in, okay, me not knowing what these guys are discussing, okay, it just seems like, okay, like Bud and his team, they never satisfied, okay, and that's why it's called a negotiation, okay. He's gonna get satisfied here soon, but that's what it is, okay. It just seems like they're not satisfied. There's something missing from this contract that Bud is like, nah, we ain't signing this, nope, until I get this. So they're going back and forth on a detail, and I guarantee you it's a very minor detail, or it's a very technical detail that they have to iron out. But I guess Errol is mad because he couldn't have a stay busy fight. So, here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. In this fight, Avenetian is a pawn. I mean, he's irrelevant, okay? Bud is going to go in there, and he's going to destroy this dude, okay? If Bud don't get caught. But Bud done been shot in the head by a bullet. It's just... guys, it's not too much that scares Bud Crawford. So if you're telling me that this man is ducking Errol Spence, I can't believe it. A man has been shot in his head. And I think people forget. Terrence Bud Crawford passed. This man ain't you think this man is afraid of a boxing glove and a fist? When this man done been shot in his head. Bud got shot in the head. And this man's still walking around living to tell about it. I don't buy the concept that he's afraid. I do subscribe and co-sign the concept that there's something in the contract, or there's some details that just Terrence Crawford and his team, they just don't like. They just don't like. They just don't want to sign for whatever reasons. But there's something that's not kosher. And remember, Terrence and Bud, they know that this is a big fight, okay? They know it's a big fight. They know that these guys are going to get stupid paid for this fight. So, yeah, they want all the I's and the T's dotted. Okay, and 2022 is gonna be gone soon. If the fight happens in 2023, okay, that's fine. It's not that big a deal. But now if the fight don't happen in 2023, if the fight's not negotiated, well, now we kind of got a problem. Okay, there's gonna be a problem because now you have to talk about these two guys leaving their prime. Okay, like really, they have to be prepared to fight now while the iron is hot. Okay, they have to do it. If they wait any longer, if they talking about 2024, I think they lose the big majority of the fans. I think they lose them. Because I think the fans been waiting for so long, and I think boxing fans now are just kind of like, to hell with it. Many boxing fans are like, you know what, I don't even care anymore. Then when you get to that point where boxing fans just don't give a damn anymore, then, okay, that's what it is. Okay, so the powers that be, they gotta get this fight done. They gotta come to an agreement, and just go ahead and give Terrence Crawford what he wants. Give Terrence Crawford what he wants. Just give him what he wants to make the fight. Because when the fight happened, the people putting on the fight, you gotta make money hand over fist. Just give this man what he wants. Okay, I can't really fault Bud for wanting to get everything out of a fight that has a magnitude of the fight that that's about to happen. Okay, I can't fault Bud, but we can't say that it's Bob Arum fault anymore. We can't blame Bob Arum anymore. It's no more we can blame Bob Arum. So who do we blame now? Folks, who do we blame? Now, we know Bob Arum is a POS, okay? We know Bob is a POS. But it's to a point, man, where, okay, when does the blame stop, and when do we put the blame on these fighters? Okay, because sometimes when fights don't happen, oh man, talk to my promoter. Well, okay, Bob is no longer with Top Rank. People used to get triggered when they used to call Bud Top Rank Toby. People used to get infuriated. I'm like, dang, Top Rank Toby. She's been called worse. But he's not Top Rank material anymore. He's done. So who do we blame? Guys, who in the hell do we blame for this deal not getting done? I'm still on the stance that these guys are still negotiating. The only thing is, though, if Bud loses And Spence, I guess he's got every right to be upset. If Bud loses, you're talking about the biggest payday of both of these guys' careers. Okay? You're talking about the biggest payday of both these guys' careers. You know, these guys, they want to set their families up. But, you know, I don't know. The moves that Bud are making, it just seems like they're irrational, man. Like, does he need a stay busy fight that bad? I mean, does he really, really need a stay busy fight that bad? Because it will me, and if this was the biggest fight, and if I know that I'm going to get tens of millions of dollars to fight one person, then my whole goal would be to really do everything that we could to get this fight done. Do everything that we could to get the fight done. Meet with the parties, however many times we got to meet in order to get everybody's name on a dotted line. That's what I would be thinking that Bud do. But, you know, Bud said after I whoop Avanesian, I'm whooping, you know, I'm going over to whoop Spence's ass too. Well, okay, I'm kind of with Roy Jones Jr., man. Roy Jones Jr. said, I don't believe it until they get into the ropes. I do believe it. I do, but see, I believe it, okay? I believe that the fight is going to happen. Okay, the fight's going to happen, and I do believe they're still negotiating. I believe that. But now I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I might believe it when they decide to get in there. I might believe it when they decide to get into the ring. I might believe it because the fight has been going on and it's been dragging out for years now. And this is starting to remind boxing fans of Mayweather-Pacquiao. Okay, this is starting to become, you know, another Mayweather-Pacquiao. And people not finna sit and argue, man, and bicker and, you know, about just two fighters that won't fight and the fight marinate for years. And then, you know, these guys are above 39 and 40 years old. And then, no, because the fight, these guys are out of their prime. The entertainment value of the fight is going to go down. The excitement of the fight is definitely going to go down. And, you know, nobody really, truly wants to see that fight when these guys are, you know, close to 40. I know I don't. I don't want to see that fight when they're that close to 40. It don't make sense. So, the powers that be, man, these guys, they got to get this together. Like, they got to get it together, y'all. They got to get their crap together so this fight can get done, so a deal can get done. They got to do it. And these people, they got to be focused. And see, with Bud taking a stay busy fight, I mean, are we focused on negotiation for Errol Spence? I mean, are we focused? Because a fight of that magnitude, it's going to take all your time and attention to get the deal done. I mean, you know, then people are saying, well, Bud is scared. Well, no, he's not. He's not scared. Bud is ducking. I don't know. I can't say that either. But it's just like, okay, damn, dude, are you in a hurry to make the fight? Or do you just want to keep it dragging along? I mean, what's going on? Because it don't look good right now for Bud Crawford. It don't, okay? And everything he's saying, it just don't line up with what we see right now. But guys, you or I, we're not in those negotiating rooms. We don't know what's going on. We have no idea. The only people who know is Bud Crawford, Al Hammond, Bud's team, Errol Spence, Errol's team. That's it.